Oh, what's cracking, old gang? It's your boy Kingo here, man. Today's video, I'm doing a little, ain't nothing different, but I'm just watching. Well, I'm finna react to this video. This nigga talking about 3 teams that's the trade for Andrew Wiggins. So, it's playoff time. So, I gotta watch this shit right now. In today's video, I just got out of school, so, I'm hungry as hell, so I gotta, bum some snacks and shit. This motherfucking chocolate. I don't like chocolate like that no more. I might even eat this whole thing. A giveaway. Whoever liked this video and comment first, I don't know. I'm a pick random though. If you leave a like and tell me you liked it in the comment section, I'm gonna randomly select who won the giveaway of this, cause I'm not gonna eat the whole thing right now. I got something like this, but I'm done with chocolate right now.
Yo, what is up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this NBA channel. So, let's get straight into it.
Got some more. Got another bag of chips in this bitch.
Andrew Wiggins was rumored to be unhappy in his situation in Minnesota, which is being either adopted on his team. And it kind of confuses me to why he was unhappy. Maybe it's a fake rumor. Because for one, he gets the most shot attempts on his team. And secondly, the T-Wolves are winning right now. So what's his problem? Since Andrew Wiggins' second year in the league, he hasn't improved much as a player at all. He just hasn't been that good this season. So to me, if he should be unhappy with anyone, it should be himself because of his lack of improvement. Wiggins literally can't do anything that well on the court, besides scoring some middies and in the paint. That's all he's seen as right now, a score. When Minnesota first traded for Jimmy Butler during the NBA draft, I'm pretty sure some of us were worried about how their offense would work with these two guys in their starting lineup, because they like to get their shots in similar spots. Wiggins and Butler are more mid-range and inside scorers. Having those two plus Cat isn't really a good remedy. And what makes Andrew Wiggins even more awkward is that the Wolves also
made it work though.
Todd Gibson and Jeff Teague. And those guys aren't natural shooters. Todd Gibson can't shoot for his life.
I didn't get nothing to drink from this though. But this shit finna have my mouth burning, bro. I'm burning, bro.
Never been able to stretch out the floor on a consistent basis. And for their point guard, Jeff Teague, he's straight, but he isn't someone to rely on to consistently knock down threes. So I can understand why Wiggins' field goal percentage is down, and to why he's probably unhappy, I guess. So if you guys didn't know, actually, some whispers came out around the league that multiple teams plan to make an offer for Wiggins this summer, since it looks like Wiggins is not going to be a part of Minnesota's future. And yeah, personally, I think it'd be the best for both sides, Wiggins and the Minnesota Timberwolves, to part ways. The T-Wolves just paid Andrew Wiggins some huge bands this summer. He got a load of money on his contract, and he's not performing up to the contract this season. He's been kind of cheap. So Wiggins doesn't really have a fit on this Timberwolves team. Their offense is kind of weird with Wiggins and Jimmy Butler in the same lineup. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Wiggins is going to get moved this summer. And for Wiggins, maybe a change of scenery can help him make that next step as a player. And when I say that, I'm basically saying hopefully he can develop more skills besides scoring inside the paint and shooting mid-range shots all day. Like, goddamn, Wiggins rebound the ball, throw out some dimes, or at least play some defense.
This nigga fucking soccer ball,
don't do nothing besides score on the basketball court. So hopefully Wiggins being placed in the right situation can actually help him grow and develop as a player. So now let's get into teams that I believe could make a pitch for Wiggins this offseason. Oh, wait, before I do that though, because I said Wiggins was kind of cheeks this season and I kind of criticized his game, don't mean that he doesn't have a chance to get any better than he is right now. Dude is just 23 years old and is locked up on a 5-year contract. So he can be a much better player if he just gets traded to the right situation. So I'm pretty sure Wiggins has good value out there in the NBA market. Okay, so for real this time, let's get into teams that could potentially trade for Andrew Wiggins. So first off, oh my head. So first off on the list are the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers are in a really weird stage right now. They're winning now, but also rebuilding for the future. I can see this team at least make an offer to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves would have to receive back a shooting guard or a small forward out of the deal, or they have a hole in one of those positions. Now, the Clippers can offer 2 different trade packages. Let's discuss how the first one would look like. In the first deal, the Clippers could offer Danilo Gallinari. He's a power forward who's known for his great shooting throughout his career, which is what the Timberwolves need. Danilo is 29 years old. And also he's kind of been injured from these last few years. Why'd I say kind of? He's been obliterated by injuries these last few years. So in order to compensate for Danilo being injury prone, the Clippers would pretty much have to offer a first-round pick. And the pick that they would have to offer would be the Detroit Pistons. The boys in Michigan have been straight cheeks. And they're most likely going to land a pick anywhere from 10 to 12 in this year's draft. So looking get Gallinari, who's under contract for about 2 years, I believe, and also a first-round pick this year. So that's the first offer the Los Angeles Clippers can make to the T-Wolves. And if the Wolves say no to that, then the Clippers can offer newly acquired forward Tobias Harris straight up for Andrew Wiggins. I think this is the move that the T-Wolves should make. Replacing Andrew Wiggins with Tobias Harris makes sense. Tobias has turned himself into a...
Hold on. Nah, it's better.
Absolutely lethal three-point shooter. And his presence on the court alongside Karl-Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler, he would open up so much space for those two and the rest of those guys on their team. Tobias is averaging 18.6 boards while shooting 46% from the field and also 41% from three. That boy is pure flames from the arc. Tobias would be a seamless fit right next to Karl-Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler as the third option. That's one solid core the Timberwolves can roll with for the future. So if I'm the T-Wolves and the Clippers are willing to give up Tobias Harris, I'm making that trade happen ASAP, because Tobias is their best option. And that trade works out for both sides really well. The T-Wolves get a player who actually complements Carl.
No, probably on a good point. Like, if you're talking about 3 teams that's trading Andrew Wiggins, what the fuck does DeAndre Jordan dancing and shit got to do with it? He like talking about they stats and shit. What does Delano Gallinari stats got to do with Andrew Wiggins being traded?
Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler's game. While the Los Angeles Clippers get a 23-year-old player who's locked up on a 5-year contract who can hopefully fill into his superstar potential. So let's get on to the next possible trade. The Charlotte Hornets. I'm pretty sure earlier this season we all remember how the Charlotte Hornets were shopping Kemba Walker like they should be doing, because Charlotte is cheeks. They can't do nothing for their star point guard Kemba Walker. As we speak right now, they're currently standing at the 10th seed in the East. And with how their roster is built and considering their cap situation, they ain't making the playoffs anytime soon. So there's really no point in keeping Kemba. Plus, he's a free...
But that's true right there. Michael Jordan. Sell that team, bro. For real. Folks, one of the greatest players of all time. Folks dumb as hell being a general manager. That's all of them. This nigga said, you know, he tell him just trade Kemba Walker to start over and rebuild. This nigga said, if you trade Kemba Walker, he only traded him for another all-star point guard. Like, what the fuck, bro? You so fucking stupid. Why? You don't want to tank and rebuild, like start over. You ain't doing shit. You just have Andrew Wiggins all the time. Only good person that I heard that went recently, any recently number was Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That nigga came out weak as hell. So just Kemba Walker every year. Just keep trying Kemba Walker. Bro, trade him and start over. Bam.
Agent after this year, and there's a good chance that he leaves Charlotte. So the trade discussion that could pop up would of course involve Andrew Wiggins, and the Charlotte Hornets would have to give up Kemba Walker and Marvin Williams. Now this trade would be a little complicated because the Wolves already have a serviceable...
I hope Kemba Walker lead down. For real.
Point guard Jeff Teague. And doing this trade will leave him at a hole at the small forward position. The Wolves would have to move Teague because ain't no way in hell Jeff Teague is coming off no bench. He's too good of a player to be sitting on the bench. So they'd have to trade away Jeff Teague, and that would be kind of hard considering the fact that he has a $19 million contract. And on top of trading away Jeff Teague, they'd also have to find a small forward or a shooting guard. I feel like the T-Wolves would be doing a little bit too much with this trade. Because of the other players they'd have to move and pick up. But if they did go ahead and decide to make this trade happen, the Wolves' potential starting lineup would look something like Kemba Walker at the point guard position, who is a better shooter and just an overall better player than Jeff Teague. Depending on which wing player the Timberwolves decide to pick up, that determines what position Jimmy Butler will play, because he can play either the shooting guard position or the small forward position. He's that versatile. And at the power forward spot, the Timberwolves can either start Taj Gibson or Marvin Williams. Marvin Williams would be a better...
Start Taj Gibson. That's what I'm saying, Timberwolves. Start fucking Taj Gibson. Y'all don't start my nigga. I'm beating y'all motherfucking ass, bro. Timberwolves in the fan. Y'all better tell y'all team. Timberwolves fan that's watching my video, tell them to start Taj Gibson.
On the offensive end with Karl-Anthony Towns. But
be nice if y'all don't.
Kemba Walker, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Jimmy Butler? That's a lot of firepower. I'm pretty sure they'd be just about unguardable on the offensive end, especially if they decide to go ahead and start Marvin Williams, because he's an efficient scorer. He's shooting 41% from three. So this trade would make the T-Wolves a lot better, but they'd have to do a lot of things behind the scenes and deal with a whole bunch of other BS, like trading Jeff Teague's contract. So I'm not too sure if this trade would actually happen. Do I look like a shadow? I apologize. So I'm not too excited about this trade possibility, because the player the T-Wolves will be getting out of this trade isn't an all-star level player. The player that the Wolves can exchange for Andrew Wiggins is Evan Fournier. Evan is averaging 17 points per game while shooting pretty efficient from three. He'd be a great complementary piece next to Karl-Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler. But I don't think trading Wiggins for Evan Fournier would be a fair trade at all. That's a finesse. The Orlando Magic would have to throw in their draft pick, and I think they'd be dumb enough to do that. So the Orlando Magic would end up having Wiggins, and the T-Wolves end up with a guard who's averaging 17 points per game while shooting really efficient from three, and also a draft pick which could end up being top 10 in 2019. So that's a good fair trade for both teams. The Magic would have Wiggins to pair up with Aaron Gordon, and the Minnesota Timberwolves get a shooter, Evan Fournier. So I think all of these trades would be great for Minnesota and would make them better. And more than likely, they're going to end up moving Andrew Wiggins this summer. Because, you know, like I said, him and Jimmy Butler aren't that great together on the offensive side of the ball because they like to take the same type of shots. So it's the best thing for Wiggins and the Timberwolves to separate. I think the Clippers should absolutely be the first team Minnesota decides to hit up because Tobias Harris could be what takes Minnesota to the next level. He's 25 years old and he's exactly what the T-Wolves need. Some shooting and also someone to play defense. And if Andrew Wiggins gets traded to the Los Angeles Clippers, hopefully he can figure out.
Why would they do that? Tobias Harris, he's a small forward, right? Andrew Wiggins is a small forward. Andrew Wiggins is better than Tobias Harris. If you do the trade, I'm not doing shit but downgrading. Just so you know, keep that in mind, bro. Unless you sitting right here and telling me Tobias Harris is better than Andrew Wiggins. If that's what you're saying, think about it. Think about what you just said.
There and actually start progressing as a player. I think the Clippers would be the perfect spot for him. They're a rebuilding team, but also they're a team that's staying competitive. So Wiggins has no excuse to be trash. So he's basically forced to be great and improve as a player. But this is the end of the video, man. You guys can't see me at all, but it's okay because I'm about to end the video right now. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Give this video a like. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll get right with you. You can't see me.
No way. When I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay. I got to work, made it certain free to wait. Told my girl who'd ever thought.
Yo, what is up with?
Damn, the outro is lit. I ain't gonna lie. But again, still doing a giveaway about this. I ain't forget about y'all, bro. I'm gonna eat my super cake, but that go for one. Let me know in the comment section, and I'm gonna pick random who can have that motherfucker. So again, it's your boy Kingo, and I'm out.